a startling and dramatic turn of events captured on video, a platoon-sized contingent of Russian soldiers can be seen seeking refuge within the confines of a barn. Their attempt to find cover, however, takes a perilous turn as a Ukrainian drone swoops in carrying a highly potent incendiary munition. The drone strikes the barn with precision, triggering a cataclysmic explosion that engulfs the structure in an immense fireball. The force of the blast sends debris flying in all directions, and within moments, the barn collapses onto the soldiers trapped within. The extent of the damage and the number of casualties incurred in this devastating incident remain unclear, but it is evident that the outcome was likely severe. In another distressing sequence of events captured on film, a lone Russian soldier finds himself exposed and vulnerable in an open area. Clutching two containers filled with highly flammable fuel, he is suddenly confronted by the menacing presence of a Ukrainian loitering munition. In a desperate attempt to defend himself, the soldier hurls one of the jugs at the approaching drone, hoping to disrupt its trajectory. However, his efforts are in vain as the drone detonates before he can unleash the second jug. The resulting explosion not only engulfs him in flames but also inflicts severe injuries, leaving him at the mercy of the merciless battlefield. Meanwhile, in a separate but equally significant development, reports emerge of a decisive blow dealt to enemy forces by the courageous soldiers of the 63rd Brigade, with invaluable support from units of the 60th Mechanized Brigade. The footage released by the 63rd Brigade's press service offers a glimpse into the intense and ferocious battle that unfolded in the Lyman sector. Ukrainian forces valiantly repelled a relentless mechanized assault launched by Russian troops, displaying unwavering resolve and tactical prowess in the face of overwhelming odds. The sheer determination and skill of the Ukrainian soldiers resulted in the destruction of 5 enemy tanks and 5 infantry fighting vehicles, effectively neutralizing a significant portion of the adversary's armored assets. The invading Russian forces, undeterred by the formidable resistance they encountered, pressed forward with an armored column, intent on breaching Ukrainian defenses. However, their advance was met with a barrage of artillery fire and precision drone strikes, meticulously orchestrated by the Ukrainian military. Even the formidable T-90M tank, leading the charge, proved no match for the relentless onslaught unleashed by the defenders. Despite facing formidable challenges posed by the enemy's sophisticated electronic warfare capabilities, which temporarily disrupted drone operations, the resourceful Ukrainian forces swiftly adapted their tactics. Leveraging their artillery assets and employing innovative countermeasures, they effectively neutralized the electronic interference and maintained their defensive posture, thwarting every attempt by the invaders to gain ground. In the past 24 hours, approximately 140 combat clashes rattled the front line in Ukraine, with the conflict escalating as Russian forces unleashed a barrage of attacks. According to statements from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Russian aggression included 6 missile strikes, 64 airstrikes, and 51 bombardments from multiple launch rocket systems. Despite fierce resistance from Ukrainian defense forces, casualties mounted on both sides. The General Staff reported staggering losses for Russia, with 1,740 soldiers, 42 armored combat vehicles, 31 tanks, and 15 artillery systems destroyed in the latest engagements. The Kharkiv region witnessed particularly intense confrontations. While Ukrainian defenders managed to repel Russian advances in some areas, the city of Vovchansk experienced tactical setbacks as enemy forces, deploying up to 5 battalions, seized ground with no regard for their own losses, as highlighted by Dmytro Lykovyi, spokesman for the General Staff. In the Lukyantsiv area of Kharkiv, Russian troops achieved partial success before encountering staunch resistance. Ukrainian defenders swiftly launched counterattacks, halting further enemy advancements, according to reports from the General Staff. Further south, in the Orikhiv direction, Russian invaders intensified their assault, with 19 separate attacks recorded on Staromayorsk and Robotin. However, Ukrainian forces held their ground, inflicting significant losses on the retreating enemy, as confirmed by Dmytro Pletenchuk, head of the Strategic Communications Center of the Southern Defense Forces. Amid the escalating conflict, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan announced plans for additional military aid to Ukraine. Sullivan acknowledged the urgency, stating that a new aid package would be delivered promptly to address the critical situation faced by Ukrainian forces. While the United States is committed to expediting the delivery of military support to Ukraine, Sullivan cautioned against the expectation of weekly aid announcements, emphasizing the need for a sustained but intensified effort to bolster Ukrainian defenses against Russian aggression.